Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the FUNimation dub of episode 38 of Dragonball Super. So we're beginning this episode where we last left off. The next match in the Tournament of Destroyers is about to begin. Vegeta is still representing Universe 7, while Hit will be representing Universe 6, as he's the only fighter left in that team. Beerus comments that even though Hit's from another universe, the name still sounds familiar to him. And Whis proceeds to tell him, as well as Goku and Piccolo for that matter, that Hit is known as the legendary assassin of Universe 6. He even gained the nickname or the title of Never Miss Hit because of how effective he is at what he does. Both Beerus and Goku are impressed after hearing this. And then the match begins. Vegeta wastes no time in powering up to Super Saiyan Blue, and Hit takes on a fighting stance that Goku notes doesn't really leave any openings. Then Hit reveals that he has an impressive amount of speed, as he's able to attack Vegeta very quickly. Even when Vegeta tries to counter Hit's attacks, Hit just counters him right back. Vegeta even goes so far as to say, for a moment, it looks like he couldn't even see Hit or Hit's attacks. Goku uses his instant transmission to teleport on over to Jocko and asking him if he noticed anything that they haven't, since Jocko was the one who caught on to the fact that Frost was using those poison needles. But Jocko says he hasn't noticed anything yet. Beerus, on the other hand, suspects that, similar to some of the other Universe 6 fighters, Hit must have some secret skill of his, and Champa's only response is to give an arrogant chuckle directed towards his twin brother. In the end, though, Vegeta loses against Hit, and Hit pulls his punches enough so not to kill Vegeta, because, of course, the tournament has a no-killing rule, so he just knocks Vegeta out, and so Hit's declared the winner. Trunks rushes off to help his dad out, while Goten follows along. They have a towel and a pitcher of water to help him, and Goku even asks Krillin to go give Vegeta a senzu bean as well. And while Goku and Jocko are still trying to figure out what exactly Hit was able to do, Jocko's superior, the Galactic King, actually suspects that Hit's using the time skip ability, and that leads Jocko going, oh yeah, that must be it. And he explains it's an ability where you can skip ahead for a second or maybe even less than a second. And he comments, though, that for someone with an impressive amount of speed like Hit, that extra second or less than a second advantage is still a very big advantage. Now, recalling something that Jocko said from the Golden Frieza saga, Bulma brings up how Jocko raised a stink, as she puts it, about how time manipulation is a law that you shouldn't break, because he brought that up when Bulma offhandedly mentioned that her son from the future originally killed Frieza. And she's saying that that's enough justification to get Hit arrested so they don't have to bother fighting him. But Jocko and the Galactic King both respond with it's out of their jurisdiction and they just don't want to mess with Hit. And of course, Goku wants to fight Hit, and Bulma's not happy about those responses. And Vegeta, after recovering thanks to the senzu bean, is not happy that he lost. And Beerus is panicking about this too, or he's a little worried about it. He's asking Whis to give Goku some advice about it, since Whis himself has time manipulation as an ability. But Whis just responds that just to have Goku figure it out on his own, since it's like a training exercise. But Beerus comments it's a tournament, not training, and Whis sarcastically says they have nothing to worry about because they have Manaka on their team. And that's where we, the audience, and Piccolo, because don't forget, Namekian ears are very good at hearing. So, as a result, he finds out that, well, Manaka is not as all-powerful as Beerus originally claimed him to be. Manaka's just average Joe, essentially. Yeah, it was just a lie that Beerus came up with to motivate Goku and Vegeta. So Piccolo's thinking to himself, like, if Goku loses, then we're doomed. Because that's right. Remember that Goku was allowed back into the tournament after Frost was exposed for cheating, and they found proof that Goku was hit by Frost's poison needles. So Goku's about to fight Hit now. Hit's surprised that Goku isn't powering up like Vegeta did, and Goku responds that it just takes up a lot of energy and he wants to save it for when he figures out how to deal with Hit's technique. This amuses Hit because he says it makes him realize how young Goku is. Goku thanks him for the compliment but says he's a grandpa, and Hit's like, to a guy who's over 1,000 years old, that's young. So Hit's definitely been around for quite a while. And then we start the fight. And at first, much like with Vegeta, it looks like Hit has the advantage over Goku. But by the time the episode ends, Goku has figured out a way to counter Hit's time skip ability by anticipating where Hit's gonna strike with that extra advantage. And it looks like Goku's planning to get a bit more serious now, but that's where the episode ends. So, yeah, I did like we finally got to see Hit in action, not counting his little scuffle with Frost. Like, we actually got to see him fight a bit. And he did not disappoint. And I did like Matthew Merker's performance as Hit. The character's still a bit on the quiet side, but we still got to hear a bit more dialogue from him. So, got to hear a little more of Matthew Merker's performance, and yeah, I really liked how he performed Hit, so it was great, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of him in the role. And a lot of fans had commented on this before, but Hit's time skip ability does kind of bring Goldo's ability to mind, Goldo from the Ginyu Force. Now, they're not exactly the same, though. Hit has the time skip ability, while Goldo's was the time freeze ability, but in any case, they're both abilities that deal with time manipulation, and yeah, and well, Hit's definitely a lot better with his time manipulation ability than Goldo was. So it's kind of nice to see that ability, or like the general, okay, not the exact ability, but the general time manipulation techniques being brought back, except they're in the hands of a much more competent fighter. So that was a nice touch. And well, yeah, it looks like Goku and Hit's fight is gonna go up another level of intensity, and I'm looking forward to that. But based on what I've read and seen on commercials, it looks like we're gonna have to wait an extra week for the dub episode, because they're going to be Toonami is going to be doing a marathon for the Halloween weekend rather than airing new episodes. So we got to be a little more patient. But thankfully, patience is one of my strong suits. So one extra week is not going to do me any harm. I do have another video in mind for that Sunday in place of what would have been the episode. So hang in there. I know it might be frustrating. We gotta wait a little longer, but hang in there. I'm sure it'll be well worth the wait. And yeah, I look forward to covering that once we get to that point, and hopefully you'll be sticking around to see that video too. So I guess we'll talk about what's to come in the Tournament of Destroyers once we cross that bridge. Take care, and until next time.